Okay, God knows when that finished. I was away getting a drink. Hello. Hello, everybody. What's the cab music from? I mean... Hold on a second. So if it's this bit here... I mean, there is a cab in Leisure Suit Larry. So maybe it sounded particularly cabby to you, I don't know. Maybe I'm misinterpreting, but... Yeah, this is a video of Dust Nostalgics called An Hour of Sound Blaster Music, and it felt somewhat appropriate. But yeah, this part right now is all Leisure Suit Larry. So there you go. You have learned it. And maybe I have learned it too. No, that doesn't sound like me now I think about it. Anyway, hello everybody, how are you doing? And welcome into the Pie Chemist and Pixie Goo. Hope you're well. I'm going to say the usual of, I don't think I have anything exciting to report this week. You certainly have learned it. Excellent. Learning is important. Yeah, I never actually remember if anything's happened to me until later. Like, last week I could have told the story of my exercise machine breaking, but didn't think to do so. And so I'm going to justify talking about it now. I'll turn this down just a little bit more as the music goes on to Laser Squad. Excuse me. Sorry, just a random bit of coke decided to leap up from my throat. I did get new toys, but I was leaving that discussion until we were actually showing footage of it in action, so to speak. So we'll definitely get to that. I do indeed have new toys. So yeah, last week, I think it happened last week or the week before, sometime recently, right? I decided I've got 20 minutes before I have to go and do something. Well, I was going to go and do something, makes it sound like a chore when it's not. So I thought, I'll get some exercise in. I'm on this cross-trainer elliptical, whatever you want to call it, for about 5 minutes before one of the pedals comes off, which is not the ideal situation. You kind of want two pedals on there, I'm being told. And in the process of trying to fix the damn thing, the Allen key I was using slipped out of the socket and I punched myself in the face with it. The first might have been like a random happenstance. The second one, that's the universe sending a message saying no, you don't exercise, it doesn't happen. This is a no. I don't know why not now and yes before, because this is the first time the machine has acted up in such a way. But yeah, that was... It wasn't great at the time because it was like nosebleed and everything, but at the same time, if I weren't laughing about it now, I wouldn't be describing it as punching myself in the face with an Allen key. It's just like, come on to fuck. That kind of cascading comedy of errors. I don't know what you would call it. But yes, the only other significant thing I can think of is the reason we are here, which is, yeah, that one message that comes up whenever the game capture hasn't actually fixed itself. This is why you don't exercise, too dangerous. Sitting in a chair, much safer. You remember me tweeting about punching myself in the face, but don't remember the Allen key being involved. Now, I mean, it was mostly hand, I just happened to be holding it. So, yes, here it is in all its glory. A couple of things installed and a couple of things that could go on to it, but I'm finally kind of happy with how the capture actually looks. So what I ended up getting was an OSSC 1.7, which is the newer one, and that has been working very nicely for me, but it's not a capture device, it's an upscaler. And when I say upscaler, it only does it in like doubles, triples, etc. Meaning you kind of have to have a capture device that works with weird resolutions. Show the fucking specs, of course, of course. Yeah, I don't know why you in particular, Mr. Pinata, would be so interested. The joke being that Scott El Pinata is the one who got me this for one of my birthdays, I think it was. Yep, Pentium 2, 233 megahertz. I've not overclocked it or anything, so it is still sitting at that. I just assume these things come with L1 and L2 caches at this point, like that's standard. 486 it might be optional, but you know, buy the Pentium 2 times. Surely to God that was just always in there. There's a lot of numbers associated with the motherboard. That's interesting. Transfer rate 2 times, max supported 4. I wonder if that's to do with the graphics card I have in there now, because it's not the one it came with. I swapped it out for one that was a bit more... I think I judged this machine to be like 1997, so I decided to go with something that was era appropriate, as it were. As for the memory, yep, 128 megabytes. I think that's perfectly adequate in terms of what we want to do with this thing. Looking at Fanon, and oh god, this is where I find out I didn't put it in the right slot. Okay, apparently I didn't put any memory in any slot, it's just 128 megs of RAM out in the ether somewhere, which is interesting. So yeah, all it tells is it's an NVIDIA. Databases. Oh no, it seems to be pretty period appropriate. I'm not going to benchmark it right now because something will go fucky. But yes, let's actually find out what is driving the graphics. Ah yes, Riva TNT2 Model 64, possibly slash Pro, and I grabbed the wrong mouse. There we go. I don't know what the obsession was with UI design back then, where it was like, yes, we accept that this is how Windows looks, but we're going to add our own shit on as well. You just hide the entire menu that lets you switch things. It's as bizarre. Menu editing, oh god, that's not going to go well. I'm kind of tempted to start fucking with this, but now is not the time. We've got it here, we've got it working. I have replaced the GeForce 2 MX, which I think was probably a more powerful card than this one, but like I said, I decided I wanted to try it era appropriate. I think I've literally got them in specs for UT 1999. I mean, you didn't need a graphics card for that, as well we know. Really fucking helped to have one, but, you know. So, what was I saying again? The capture device. It turns out you have to have something that will support weird resolutions rather than just 480p and the usual multiples like 720, 1080, and all that stuff. Which, you know, any popular capture device, that seems to be all the support. So I don't actually know how old this thing is, but StarTech USB 3 HD cap. And literally I think the product name is USB 3 HD cap. And that seems to actually allow for weird resolutions, which is very nice indeed. Because this will be 640 by 480. Is that just going straight through? 1050p. I don't fucking even know. Unfortunately, I can't double that up any. Excuse me. But I think it's coming through pretty well. I'm happy with it. At last. Because, yeah, some of the colours coming out on the old devices was not very good. I was looking for an excuse to replace my existing capture card anyway, the Elgato HD60S Plus, because sometimes it would just decide to constantly disconnect and reconnect itself rather than do its fucking job. Yep, live capture from Viga. Well, VGA to OSSC, which puts it into HDMI, which puts it into the StarTech, which puts it into my machine. But you know, and yeah, you know what I mean. That thing. No, God help me, I actually have to decide on something to play. And basically, I've been raiding the old Discovery folder, which, if you don't know what that is the end of the channel. Wrong keyboard, fucking hell. Got two keyboards on the same desk and I'm getting confused already. Yep. Summer, thank you very so much for the 6 months and for using all my emotes in a row. I kind of forget I did all those, but they bring me joy to see. Thank you. Let's leave the cursor somewhere. Sorry, you just finished me describing the whole capture process. So the VGA is going into an OSSC 1.7 open source scan converter. That's going into a StarTech USB 3 HD cap capture device, and then it's gone into my computer. Full computer VGA. Oh, it's yeah. Yes, that is 100% correct. Pickled dog. Oh, sorry, from our conversation the other day, a pickled dog. Same as Pixie Food. But yes, that is the way it is going. I think, was it the GeForce 2MX that had the S-video output on it? Because I can't mind if that actually worked. I did try it, I just don't remember the result, thus negating the whole point of me trying it. Which was awfully clever of me. Okay, so what I'm going to do for starters is I'm just going to play a quick bit of showing the young whippersnappers how Doom used to look, and I should stop the the hang me, the music, the background music, and tell you what, should even go ahead and turn on the audio capture as well. That was the Hercules Power VR 2, you think? Taking notes for the capture setup you want to use for the Win98 PC you have. Have you tried capturing it at all? Because I can give out the same advice. There's no sound effects on this, 1 second. I realised that somehow I had not set this machine up to do the thing, what's it, to do DOS Sound Blaster support. That's the words I was looking for. And now I realise what the problem is, because there's no setup program in here. I copied this over from the Steam release. Give me 1 second, I may be able to find something a bit better. That one doesn't have hardware TNL, but sort of brute forces a software version of it, apparently. That sounds like crimes. I don't see that going well, but maybe it does. But yeah, Summer, exact same advice I got when starting out. Like, get cheap stuff, get something that works and try it out. So I think I got some kind of basic VGA capture on a budget of about 30 quid for a VGA to HDMI converter and for a cheap capture dongle. BRB need to wrangle your kids. Wrangle away! The Power VR cards were weird with that, yeah. Well, you know, this is back in the days where there wasn't essentially... Is it fair to call it a 3-horse race? Because Intel are going for it. I don't know if they're doing all that well, at least in terms of an actual gaming GPU, but you know, it's either a 2 or a 3-horse race these days. Whereas back then, you had all sorts of players around, you know, Power VR, 3DFX, Nvidia and AMD were both in the space by that point as well, I believe. Hercules just a... I don't know, Hercules was a particular type of card, wasn't it? And a whole bunch of other ones that are no doubt about to be typed in my chat. Okay, I'm just gonna do the thing of download Doom 2. And the first site wants you to buy it. You know what? Fair. That is fair. And maybe... Actually, I'll double check the Steam folder I copied it from in the first place, because I have bought it. It's just Steam only gives you what you need, and apparently I didn't think we would need the setup program. Haven't tried it yet, haven't gotten around to it. Got this USB to HDMI dongle thing to try it with. It's worth a shot, certainly. I don't know if that particular one will or won't work. I have no information on that either way. But yeah, that's the way. Just try it out, get something that works. And this is being a bit weird. I go to Alt Tab and then absolutely fuck all happens. And this is on the Windows 10 machine. But you don't have a capture card thingy at the moment. Well, the other bit of advice I got when, you know, selecting a device or devices that might, you know, cover a wide range of different devices and input types, and that advice is fuck it, just convert it to HDMI. get one good thing that you can plug into your PC that'll take HDMI and move everything else to match. Worth a try. Probably performs similarly to the $15 capture sticks out there. Yep. You know, I honestly don't have the brain space for this at the moment. Entirely fair. And sorry to just leave you on this screen whilst I'm desperately trying to download Doom when I can't do my usual thing of alt-tabbing between stuff, which is... It feels crippling, I'll be honest. I don't know what's going on there. Right, no, the Steam release does not appear to by the setup exe. So I will just double check if I've bought it on GOG. I may have, I may not. I'm actually tempted to just try and download Doom shareware and see if that's got the setup in there. Oh, Internet Archive, you'll do it. And also trying to do about 3 things at once, which is silly on my part. I don't know why I'm doing that. Well, I do own it on GOG. Okay, that might make this a bit simpler. Oh no, I don't. It's just saying I own it on Steam. Damn. Which I do, and yeah, proves the connection is half working at least. Right, a moment. I will fancy thing. I will definitely fancy thing. Honest. Is that Metapad? I think it is actually, yeah. Just, you know, not bog standard Windows 98 notepad. And that was plenty good enough for me. Okay, so. Oh, yeah. I was confused as to why I was back in the network neighborhoods type thing, and then I remembered I rebooted the machine just before starting, so that would be why. What is the... Just realised I'm going to try the Doom 1 setup with Doom 2, and that might not go as well, but we shall see. It might work out, it might not. I might lose a kidney, who knows? Read me in on the problem. I do not understand, I'm afraid. Right, so we'll just try copying that over. Don't need you anymore. Yes, this will definitely work and nothing will go wrong. And PC speaker, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Let's go nuts and say 8. That works. Setup program should be interchangeable, you think? Well, apparently I've set the wrong settings in that case, because it should be work, but it does not work. Well, actually, hold on. I don't know if there's much benefit to running the PIF instead, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Semester 220, that's right. RQ5, that's correct. DME channel 1, I believe DME 1's correct. Let me double check. I hadn't even run Set Blast before today. So God knows how this ever produced any kind of reasonable sound. He says as the PC speaker's going absolutely mental in the background. It's running the why didn't see Doom already been rejected. No, this is on a Windows 98 machine between the borders. Welcome in, by the way, I never said that part. Metapad was your go-to and definitely a good fit for Win98. Excellent. You second this just to make everything HDMI advice. Of course you do, it's you I got the fucking advice from. Still no SFX, what's up? Rebooting MS-DOS mode. I mean, that has yet to solve a problem for me with this machine, but you know what, just for a laugh, and just to demonstrate that this can cope with a 70Hz signal, I'll give it a go. Okay, cope with, yes. Present good looking text, not so much. That worked. And count down the seconds until I type LS by mistake. Just in case, you know, doing it in DOS mode makes any difference. And then it does nothing. You see the familiar blue OSSC on screen display. Oh yeah. It do be like that. 9, is that the correct? Yes. This is going well so far. Control Alt Del, because Doom has never taken that long to boot up for me. Well, Doom did once take that long to boot up for me, but that's because I was using an uncompressed version of Project Brutality. And it crashed. Why did it crash? Well, it froze and then I got impatient and hit Control Alt Delete. So, also, was this ever an official image, or is this just added on by whoever made this particular install disk? Sorry, I'm eating an Empire brisket at the same time. At least we got this lovely noise. Fan splash image. Okay, cool. I suspected as much, but I figured I've got some experts in chat, I can ask. Okay, so you checked auto exec, you ran setup, did you check default.config manually? Is your set blaster correct? Set blaster was done with setblast.exe and the settings worked in there, so also I kind of looked at default config and thought that's just something left over by DOSBox, because that's how the classic version is packaged on Steam. Frankly, I don't know if there's much to be done here. I mean, it's curious that none of these say 220 like I would expect them to. That is a curiosity. Trouble is you don't remember if Sound Blasters work in DOS windows. This will be some kind of onboard sound, I'm pretty sure. Oh, where do I find that again? No, it's a hardware wizard. Oh god, it's way up in the accessories, isn't it? Right. Where the fuck is it? Where's the list of devices again? I have no memory of where this was prior to... Oh, system. Yes. Yeah, I've got it now. Looks like a Quake config or maybe one from a Doom source port. I don't know how it would have ended up in that folder then. Like I said, taken straight from Steam. Did I put a sound card in there? I don't remember putting a sound card in there. That's very odd indeed. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to run setup one more time and then see if I can get up here without actually running Doom, because it does kind of look like it's not saving the config, didn't it? Nor do you remember if you did, and indeed you would. Okay, so none of the files are read-only. And of course, this was the age before user permissions were ever cared about by Microsoft. And before nothing has changed, lol lol lol. Bloody hell, phone, calm down. Well, there are some cool people online. That is nice to see. Oh, 220 hex 544 decimal. Right. That explains that part then. I think what I should do in that case is try again with a proper installation of Doom rather than, you know, just grabbing something off Steam and hoping it works. Which is probably not a good way of doing anything, now I think about it. Okay, so I think I'll try kicking things off with That's Not How I Mount Stuff. Oh yeah, fun fact, yes, you could absolutely mount discs to virtual drive back in the 98 days, and in fact it works quite bloody well. Let me start with that. Do you have Unisound on this box? I do not, at least not on purpose. System and control, yes. So yeah, we'll just move on to something that was slightly less DOS-based. Yeah, Demon Tools goes way back. Actually, one more thing before we go there is the fact that this is shareware Doom right here. Why don't we try it with this? Let's see if that gets better results. Nope, still no sound. Okay, so something fucky with the setup that I'll have to investigate another time. Or you can get Doom 95 for the true mid-90s Doom experience. How dare you, I would never install that on here. I actually thought I had installed it on here, but no, that's on my other Windows 98 machine, I believe. Don't get too excited about Clock Tower, by the way. It seems to be untranslated. Anytime I got to texting that, it was... well, it was a garbled mess because this doesn't have a Japanese font on it. And I don't trust it to try, frankly. I think it would explode. So yeah, this game gave me no end of problems trying to get it running on Windows 10. So the fact that I can just go ahead and run it on here, absolutely no problem, and stream it. Haha, you have Trespasser on here. I do. The speed it runs at is kind of hilarious. In fact, yeah, I'm just apparently so desperate not to do anything of consequence that I will in fact just go ahead and show off for a couple of minutes how bad Trespasser looks on this. And runs. Running maybe something of an exaggeration. But yes, maybe. Yes, no, maybe so.
My name is John Parker Hammond. I was born on March
Maybe worth looking into if you need a DOS driver. Obviously, it's been around 20 or 30 years since I really troubleshot DOS games. That's the only one I've had problems with. Like I was playing Descent earlier, which I know some people in my audience have a problem with 6 Degrees of Freedom games, so I'm not going to jump on that one today. But that works fine. Music, sound effects, not a bloody problem. Anyway. Yes, it has FMV. Yes, that's very good. That's not why we're here, though, is it? Where did I run this at? There we go. 640 by 480, of course. Unit. What we're playing? Perfect timing, actually, Willow-Waz, because I'm just about to show how badly Jurassic Park Trespasser runs on this machine. Yes, oh, Dino. This was hopefully interesting because I'm going to take another bite of the Empire biscuit. Like the imperialist fuck that I am.
Well, give me a call when you get back, okay? By the way, I thought you...
I didn't press the button on the wrong keyboard. You pressed the wrong button on the wrong... fuck it. You'd remove the config file entirely for troubleshooting. Well, that's a shout, but yeah, I'm leaving that for today. I'm not sure what to call this water effect. It looks like vague attempts at a shader effect.
Marquez? Are you there?
Probably just a texture, but still.
You're
Oh no, I think it has the
trying to level us out.
How do I jump again? Q. Because yeah, that makes sense. Just seeing if I was making ripples there. I'm not convinced I did, but no, give me the plank. I want the Dodder Wed. Leonardo DiCaprio will not survive. Heard that if this game was less buggy, it would have been game changing. It is incredible in some ways. It's just botched every fucking thing. Just too much ambition, frankly. Ah, Z to duck, of course. I has a rock. And no frame rate. Then again, it's trying to render shadows, which is... Actually, that's a decent frame rate looking at the ground there, which is more than I expected considering there's dynamic shadows going on here, but there's a real floppy arm. Oh yeah. Any kind of animation glitch amongst certain friends of mine is referred to as Trespasser arms. Which game is this? Jurassic Trespasser, and once again Pickled Dog's in there. Thank you very much. You've got that green glowy sword for a reason, my friend. So it's the inspiration for the Octodad genre. I mean... I want to disagree, but I think... No, I think when you're right, you're right. That's... it's hard to say otherwise. But... Yeah, so... Actual physics, look at that. Don't come near me, I've got a girder. You'll be making some iron brew later. Or did I just kill myself with a girder that I was myself wielding? Yeah, this game is a bit of a mess. I just, Nick. I fucking just. Now, am I actually dead, or... Because I can still move my heater boot. How do I not pro in that game? How do I do that? Interesting to throw that into the controls menu, but sure. Control to... We can even rotate the arm. Nice, Rack. Thank you very much. I didn't even show off the heart tattoo. Well, who needs a left arm when you've got two breasts? Clearly what they were thinking. Actually, I think it's just because they couldn't make two arms work, or maybe it overloaded the physics engine or something. Soon you'll stop asking about the arm or the breast, but why the tattoo on her breast changes real time with her health. That's where all her blood is stored. And so as the blood falls out, the amount in the heart goes low. They tried to make a 2010 game with 1995 tools, and it is amazing that it worked to the extent that it did. It does not necessarily make it fun to play, of course. Apart from hilarious moments where you swing a fucking girder into your face. Oh, restart level. That's exactly what I want. Yes. Just to show a little bit of the physics before, you know, we go ahead with whatever the fuck I planned for tonight. Oh, and I figured out I couldn't grab this because left click brings out the hand.
It's warm.
And right click actually grabs stuff. And accidentally eats it. Nope, can't jump. Yeah, this human fall flat sequel is weird. Another fun fact about this game, in addition to Q to jump and Z to crouch, it is X to walk backwards. S is just forwards, but make it casual. Works. QA killing himself with a door. It's not out of the question between the borders. It really is not. It's a rather manly jump sound. I am not here to judge. Wait, am I not... Am I even in the same place? Because I can't seem to get up this hill anymore. Yeah. Nope, that was the same hill. I decided it didn't what... Oh, jeez. Store was possessed by the spirit of Leo DiCaprio. So you can take two people. Actually, no. What the fuck am I doing? This got me killed last time. Let's move elsewhere. Okay, for a second I worried I'd killed myself again, but no, I think it kind of crouched me when the box came down on top of my head. But yep, that's your health meter. On your left breast, because your right one's too dirty, and when the straps are desperately trying to escape because they know what game they're in, then you know you're in trouble. How can she carry the girder with one floppy boneless arm? She can't. She fucking died last time I tried that. Okay, I hope that wasn't a tutorial on how to climb up stuff, because I fucking missed it. Anyway, I think the intended solution is something much more along these lines. Nope. I swear to God I remember this working better. Like, this is actively worse than I remember it being. Just want to knock over the barrels. I want idea physics.
Foundation, maybe.
Just seems like a weird comment to come out of, you know, all the weird gymnastics I'm doing. I approve of this anatomically correct tattoo placement. If it was on the right, you'd be sad. Interesting way to carry a plank of wood. Interesting way to do fucking anything. I mean, it's just kind of madness. And I don't know if I can think of another game that had this kind of draw distance back then. You know, all pretty heavy on the level of detail calculations, but nevertheless, that's a big hill in the background and you can see it from a fucking long way away. Just embed your fingers into it. That's the way. That is absolutely the way. But yeah, if I were going to have a proper play of this game, then I don't know, I would talk to a therapist, take a couple of weeks off work, just, you know, get control of my life again. But yeah, I'd probably do one of the various methods that there are for running it on modern machines. I'd like to experience some kind of frame rate. You want to see dinos? I don't know if I need to go to another map to get there. There's a disturbing meta moment when you realise the clipping on the first means it's a separate object. The implications for a well-programmed game is disturbing. Sorry, I'm not following. You've heard this, dinos. Well, I believe the crowd have spoken. I don't know how many viewers I've got at the moment because I don't have that screen up. But I will find for you dinos. If I remember correctly, there are none on the first map. Just a chair of loneliness. Come on, chair, you're my friend now. Or are you? Oh no, you're dead. I killed you. I did that. Charge.
Maybe if there's a phone line or a radio.
So, just to be confusing, it's spacebar to attack. Just gonna add a bit of volume onto the audio here because I don't think it's going to be particularly loud right now. Okay, that's a bit much. No, don't put it down. Fuck. There we go. How do I do anything? By not dropping it again, I guess. That would be step one. There we go. Actually, that's maybe a bit too loud, but we'll see. We loved your chair, and now it's dead. Thank you for the hydrate. I didn't do the other hydrate, so this is 2 gulps. Excellent. There are no dinos, only danger chairs. You broke chair, new chair. Can't even blame autocorrect, you were using a keyboard. Oh god, I've been there. Must have been a Walmart chair.
Some kind of... Wait. International Genetic Technologies. That was the company from the dinosaur trial. After the trial, that old guy, John Hammond, wrote a book. He said it was somewhere in Central America.
Oh, I would like a hint about what to do next, thank you.
My name is John Parker Hammond. I was born on March 14th, 1928.
Oh no. Oh God. This is Site B. This is John Hammond's Lost World.
Yes, it is. It is Dino Land. And you got knocked off course because I nudged one mouse with the other mouse, and now I don't remember which direction I'm going in. Volume seems fine. Oh, excellent. Very satisfying clong noise. Well, let's see what it's like when we attack Mother Nature. Really not as satisfying.
There must have been something in the memoir.
A Nobel Prize or a financial empire waits somewhere in a darkened room, in a dirty, derelict building, somewhere in the Pacific.
But yeah, you really need to get used to a whole other way of controlling a game. Like, it's almost the first system shock, in a way. Why does she sound so husky? Well, she did just survive a plane crash, in all fairness. Is the Hammond speech diegetic? Does he have random loudspeakers shouting his biography on an empty island? Wouldn't put it past him, honestly. Spares no expense, you know. Wiggle arms don't keep hold of the bat. They don't do much of fucking anything, frankly. Or rather, they do everything except what you actually fucking want them to do. Oh, shit. It's dramatic now. Well, it finally drops that baseball bat on purpose. The most dramatic crate movie I've ever seen in my fucking life. There we go. We have escapade.
Oh man. He really did it.
Dramatic music gets, but we're stuck in a furrow behind a crate.
Oldest of our recreations by 50 million years. The only true Jurassic native.
Where the fuck did it... Oh, no, it's gone. It's gone. We have dinos, though. We have dino sign. And holy shit, the frame rate is gone. What if I'm just looking at one? Is that more acceptable? It's a little better, but not much. Dinos. Probably got more polygons on them than anything else we've seen so far. Oh, look at this chunky giraffe. Look at it. Large dino. Very many large. Okay, so they have music ducking for voice clips. That's an odd attention to detail. Yeah, I'm trying to think of another game that has that. I was going to say a game from the time, but I actually can't think of one that does that at all. Dummy thick dino. Jeez. Bet the boobs have more polygons. I think Dino might win that fight just in terms of sheer scale, but you know, not far off. There's detail put into these things. Also, ducking is a very, very dangerous thing for autocorrect. Here's those. Alright. Oh, nothing. It's nothing. To steal the rules of friend of the channel, namely 8-bit goggles, be vile but respectful. Plot twist. The dinosaurs let you... Well, hello there, lost to count 1000. I mean, the dinos don't seem very interested in boobs at all, quite frankly. Yeah, as a screenshot in a magazine, we'd have all gone nuts for this. We would have. My god. My god, we would have. And... oh no, it's another 4-foot thing of me not being able to do something. Obstacle. Why did the word obstacle take so goddamn long for me to find? Lara Croft boxy chest armor. I mean, I do believe that Lara Croft was not exactly small-bosomed herself. Oh, don't tell me I could have just climbed up this thing. Warning, forklift. Warning, overhead boxes that are definitely going to smash you upside the fucking head. Oh no, I just jumped up it. Okay. Well. Time to knock it over. Maybe. Maybe's I, maybe's no. Maybe I'll have absolutely no fucking effect on it whatsoever. I am of course assuming these are physics objects, and that may not be the case. For one thing, they're clipping into the goddamn ground. No, I'm not going to girder myself again. Oh, you see, these game devs worked at Home Depot as well. I mean, that would be a hell of a thing. Is that? I brought up this massive game development document.
Right,
this epic scope for this game. What inspired you? Ah, well, it was in Home Depot. An unlikely story, but a memorable one. I don't know what caused that banging noise, but it just because it was hitting off of the truck there. Some of those sounds seem delayed, and I feel like I've got the delay correct in terms of sound making. But that should be fine. Oh. Oh. Hey bud. Bonk. Bonk the raptor. Oh fuck, that worked. And now I'm just stroking its chin with a baseball bat. It was biting me on the bum. Oh, oh no. Oh god. The true power of this dino has been unleashed. I genuinely don't know if it's still alive though. That's the thing. I don't know whether it pressed forward. Well, not without the bat I won't. Dino goes ang, then rip. Oh my god. Now that would have been a flex for the time. The fact that, you know, you step on a different surface and it makes a different noise. Oh, I think this is still alive. But in doubt, look at your boobs. I am unharmed. Boobs are well.
The technology, the real trick of it, is still in there. In a darkened room in an empty building with a dirty floor, it waits. The flashpoint, the origin of Jurassic Park.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Okay, this is just weird. Definitely a rather booby game. I mean, it kind of has to be when the only way to check your health is to check out your own tits. Weirdly impressive physics engine despite its extreme jankiness. Like, for the time. Absolutely. Like, I think we'd... correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think we'd barely gotten ragdoll physics by the time Half-Life 2 came out and just went, oh, by the way, physics all the time. So that was a hell of a flex back then. But yeah, that was, you know, just to show how badly this runs on this machine, which is honestly better than I remember. There's some definite highs, mostly when I'm looking directly at the fucking ground and nothing else. But you start looking over vistas or gigantosaurs and it all just goes wrong. And then you bonk a raptor on the head and it flies off into a physics puzzle. So yeah, well, leave that one for now. Maybe put it in the back of our heads if I can be bothered to get it working on the main machine rather than the Windows 98 one, because some people have done, I believe, a reasonable job of getting it into a working state on Windows 10, which that's some effort they put in. To be fair, if you had Herbivs, you'd probably be looking at them all the time too. I mean, I didn't feel right saying that as a man, but you'll certainly get away with it. Remember the primitive ragdoll physics in Rainbow Six Rogue Spear? Enemies would routinely double over into weird contorted positions, and that was 1999. Oh, jeez. I think the first time I remember playing around with it was UT 2004. Especially the fact that on one of the maps... Oh, what was that mode again? You shot a ball into a hoop. That was basically a team-based game mode. And there was one map that had a big pit. And you could either fire the ball into the hoop / net. Or you could just jump through it. At which point you would score, but you'd fall into a pit. And my guy landed in such a perfect way that full-on, you know, Burt Reynolds posing for Playgirl or whatever it was type of pose on their side, one hand up to their head. All that was missing was the rows in the teeth. It was brilliant. I so wish I'd known how to do a screenshot at that point. Always Castle of the Winds, Windows 3.11 roguelike. Oh, I know the one. I do believe I've got it on here actually. No, tell a lie. I have a test version of it that was pre-release. I don't have it on here by itself, unfortunately. Not that it would take long to copy. No, I'm going to stick with the original plan, which is FMV madness, for which I need to mount the correct thing. David it. Took me that long to get one game demonstrated. The most famous indie game, Indie's Desktop Adventures. Oh yeah. Weirdly, I've never revisited that, but it's never left my mind. I should go back to it at some point, and Yoda stories. No, it's already installed. You can calm down. Where's it under? Take 2. Yes. So yeah, this game, bane of my fucking existence trying to get it to run on modern Windows. And I never did manage it. Some people have, but I am not one of them. So we can at least... Oh, wait a bloody minute. Come on. Don't you fucking do this. Don't make me fuck around with the physical CD drive in this thing, okay? Because, frankly, that thing sounds like a lawnmower in mating season. It's just, it's not meant to be. Right, please tell me I can change that. Okay, so F. Excellent. Yeah, a smart thing to do would just be to copy all the files into one big honking folder and load it from there, but it's going to take longer than I want it to, so... Yeah, we do. Friend of yours had Yoda stories and really enjoyed watching him play it, but never played it yourself. You're convinced if you do, it will not be nearly as impressive as you thought at the time, and I will probably be the same, but feel fondness for it anyway. Games like this are why you set up a Windows 98 machine. I kind of remember this part making noise, but no, I'm not so sure. We'll find out if it works in a second. Heart of Darkness, the last one you can get going on modern Windows. Yeah. Right, 2D ones usually not that bad. Like certainly 3D acceleration from anything before Windows 7 basically is requires you to fuck with it in some kind of capacity. Which is a real shame. I wish there was a solution to that problem. Hardware ain't lasting forever. As I might be more doing this, just FYI. Double definitely be more doing this. This bit so. Hello. It shows you how much I don't know about the history of this fellow because I don't remember children. Yeah, we're getting a bit loud there. On was the brink of World War II. Yep. Very American focus that.
I stole the wine, didn't you, Rox?
No, I didn't. I swear.
Let me see you like you squeal.
I
I mean, this could still be a screenshot from Trespasser, and I'd believe it. Hands sticking up out of the ground? No, physics engine's gone wonky again. Volume good now? Excellent. Oh, and the game's not lying. Dennis Hopper is in it. Would anyone like to guess how long for? That swoosh sound was everywhere in the 90s. Oh, yeah. Oh. 37 frames. I didn't expect anybody to come up short on that one, but yeah, I think it's like 5 minutes. Frequently used for like fire. That's where I've heard it before. Because you were right, it was just so frequently used in the 90s, Pickle Dog, as you say. I couldn't quite place where I'd heard it. And yeah, just like a fire is going up and being like, ah, I'm fire. Did they actually shoot this in widescreen? I mean, I think all the FMV sequences are, in fact, letterboxed. So potentially. Ah. Did I just view the intro for no goddamn reason?
Come in.
Reporting for work, sir.
Relax, son. This isn't the academy.
Yes, sir.
That means we don't have to do work.
I think you'll find that the COI is a bit more informal than your other branches of government.
Now, let's set you to work.
Some city detectives sent this complaint over to us. It should be pretty straightforward. If you have any questions about the assignment, don't hesitate to ask. The door's always open, son.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
can you turn the music down? It's a bit much.
What is it, Mr. Pearson? Oh, yes, of course, your office. It's across the hall, and please forgive the mess. Your predecessor departed rather unexpectedly, and we're still short-staffed and haven't had a chance to clear it out for you. Well, I hope you can handle things on your own. It's something you're going to have to get used to with the COI.
President Roosevelt had just authorized the formation of the COI that summer. They were supposed to be the outfit that handled the real spy stuff overseas. It was the place to be if you wanted real adventure. At least that was the bill of goods that the recruiters for the COI sold me.
Well, you just find them down the
And here
job
I
center.
was, back in a crummy old office, in Cleveland of all places, as far away from any real action as I can imagine.
And there we are. Now, I recall that, yes, so it's one of those 360 degrees type of deals, which means the perspective goes all wonky because it is just one 2D thing that they've stretched around. Widescreen FMV was pretty common. Games did the whole 16:9 for cinematics, 4:3 for gameplay thing. Yep, that is this game. Pretty cool that they rendered two of these just to have the lights on and off. Games often go ultra wide for cutscenes and regular wide for the game now. Probably just seeing an after effect of that. There's like, well, bold games went to letterbox. Ergo, if we want to go letterbox, we're already widescreen. Gotta go ultra wide. We want to be in a world where a real newspaper would have had a headline saying "Torso Victims." Yeah, if you've been affected by having a torso, please call the National. Although apparently the torso murderer is not to be confused with the torso killer or torso ripper. Way to go, humanity. I mean, not only is it showing a hell of a lot more murder than I'm happy with, but they're not even being imaginative with the names. But on the other hand, maybe they don't deserve cool names. Remember when 360-degree photos were the peak of technology? Oh yeah, I've seen this end up in a PlayStation game. And I was doing discovery more frequently with Rizalka. I would always manage to pick either those games or just something that was in that sort of mist mold. I don't know why, that was just always the games when it came up when it was my turn to pick. And I don't know why. Dictionary, yeah, I could use that one. Die Sünde wieder das Blut. Now, interesting time to have books in German. You know, 1941, America about to enter the war and all. Oh, sorry, World War II just about to start. You can bloody tell Americans made this, can't you? Just gonna listen, this 3D is gonna make you hurl. Oh, even this? Oh man, I'm sorry, Pixie. That is not fun. At least Letterboxd saves you around 50% of pixels saved / rendered. Indeed it does. 90s were the time of limited video card bandwidth. Can't push pixels fast enough to the card, so we'll just push half of them. It's kind of stunning the embarrassment of riches that we have nowadays, where we can just not even think about having to put a pixel on a screen. Hell, I'm not even sure we're really that limited in terms of polygon count anymore. Granted, it's all the stuff we do afterwards, like post-processing, shader effects, stuff like that.
I wonder what sort of artifacts Mr. Pensky wanted Professor Strauss to look at.
Did you just sum up the whole letter that I've had no chance to read? Interesting. And interlace them. 1/4 resolution. Indeed, they were doing that for at least the intro video. But I can test that real quick. I'm gonna spin around for a second, so if you wait until you hear a sound effect before looking back at the screen, if you're sensitive to this stuff, that might be an idea. There we go.
Do you mind? Would you cut that out?
I like how he goes back to his mark when he's done. Just redraw the whole screen, only takes 2 milliseconds. We have it so easy. Indeed. Okay, so FDR creates literally the job we just started. Nazis are into occult shit. Captured Rudolf Hiss. Apprehended this spring after parachuting into Scotland under a flag of truce. I would have used a parachute myself, but you know, you had to write your own animation controller because Unity didn't support what you wanted to do. All this horsepower and people ignore 2D is even a concept. I mean, I would agree with that, except last week I was talking about doing quote-unquote isometric graphics in the game and seeing the advice of it's easier just to do it in 3D and fix the camera at the right angle. Subtle modifications to quote-unquote real astrological forecasts which were then smuggled into Germany. They're telling us they got this guy with astrology. It's as fated in the stars that you'll grab a plane and parachute into Scotland. I mean, they're usually a little more vague with that, I find. That being said, at least you're not struggling for every bit and byte for sprites, yeah, or trying to pack it all into a couple of megs of memory. Gotta use the hammer you have. Make everything a nail. Or, you know, at least pointer cast it into one. What you're doing would be much easier in 3D, but not as pretty. Now that is fortunately a bit of a trade-off you have to make, I suppose. Okay, pseudo religion. Himmler, here's a card. Satanic, Heinrich, blah, 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 blah. I'm not reading all these out because that is not within my power tonight, I don't think. Damn it. Will you fucking... There we go. Other drawer. Okay. Return library books. Withdraw money. Phone Cassie. Whoever that is. Contact jeweler. Check post office boy. Get a good stiff drink. I mean, do we ever really write that down? The hammer of today's 3D setup and texturing engine that can do billions of triangles in a second. I mean, I've seen the Unreal Engine 5 demo, where, you know, it switches to wireframe and it basically looks like noise. But the polygons look like pixels. Bit ridiculous. Contact jeweler, check post get new boots, check bulb and ceiling light, check back with Professor Strauss. Clean office! But why does the cursor change up here, I wonder? That's not the default cursor. I'm pretty sure that's the do shit cursor. Wow, a gun! Sorry, couldn't resist.
This might come in handy.
Oh, it's teeny. I thought there was something else in this drawer. Does not appear to be. Let me just double check this again. No, I think that's possibly more lot here. But even the top half of this isn't interactable anymore. And just have a nosy at word badge and all that. Oh, what's this?
My lucky St. Christopher's medal. I've had it since I was a kid.
Alright, fair enough. COI Cleveland. I don't even know what COI stands for at this point. Special Agent Cleveland. I wonder if we'll have to tell many characters that our name isn't Cleveland. Cleveland. Bleh. Either of those. Oh, hello. Key from gun. Descriptive. Looks a bit half chewed, but it'll probably still work. I may or may not already know where this goes. Right, so pounced does use. Like that. Hey. Who hides a key in a gun though? Seriously. All finally received a list. Of course, there's an encrypted number associated with the names. Let's see what does. Well, it's cracking their code, maybe keeping information from us. So, unfortunately, I fear this is going to be used to solve a puzzle later.
What a bunch of gibberish.
Yeah, it's kind of doctor's handwriting, but Mr. Pensky, I'm very intrigued by your message, and I'm indeed interested in examining the artifacts that you describe. Please call me as soon as possible. I feel that the items may be of critical importance to your investigation, Dr. Struss. Key from gun. This isn't one of those games where the gun itself opens things. I mean, I always thought that was quite fun. You know, problem of situation. Apply gun. Anyway, this is the actual case file we've gotten. I'll just kick my power strip, of course, why not? Full awakens. Full? There's a brotherhood and everything. This never goes well. Teutonic Order. Oh boy. So, harassment at the Finster Munitions Plant. Got the address. Accused is 6 foot, 180. Red hair, blue-green eyes, 30 to 35, white male. H. Finster files complaint regarding alleged Nazi recruitment. Oh, joyous. Cause of complaint is a flyer passed out at Finster Munitions Plant by unknown messenger. After review of flyer and interrogation of plaintiff, Nazi recruitment deemed unlikely and case given low priority. Plaintiff became verbally abusive when informed of such. Forwarding complaint to COI offices. And that's us. Alright, I'll have a quick conversation with our boss about this.
Yes.
Sorry to bother you, sir.
Not at all, Mr. Pearson. Come right in.
Just to, you know, ask him about the case file and all that. And to see his idle animation. Which I think is a damn sight better than they had in Ripper. And I'm not sure which game came first, although Ripper ran on DOS and this is running on Windows 98, so I'm guessing this was the later one. I find the last decade's barely made a difference in the polygon count, or the polygon count has barely made anything better. Post-processing and lighting are the things that matter. It's why you can slap together a game with high poly assets and have it look 1,000 times worse than Fear. I mean, lighting is utterly key to getting something that looks good. Like, you'd be surprised how much of Fallout 4 can be improved just by changing up the lighting. Because it's got its good bits, but some of that lighting is just not so good. A poor job was done, or perhaps a quick job, but not a good job, certainly. Although I am still of the opinion that normal maps were a mistake, and we should probably stop using them. Also, dropped frames for a second there, but it seems fine now. Alright, let's immediately ask why the predecessor left us, so, you know, just make sure he knows we're suspicious about this job.
Sir, what happened to the fellow I'm replacing?
Walter Pensky. Good man. And a good agent. Once. The job got the better of him.
I imagine you must have been under a lot of pressure, sir.
We all are these days. Just remember, Mr. Pearson, we follow orders, not personal crusades.
I will, sir.
I will, sir. I am, however, armed. Actually, I don't know if there's any bullets in this. Nope, can't use the revolver here. What's my argument against normal maps? They look shit. And I'm struggling to think of an example other than something with nothing but straight lines that actually looks good with them. I can understand why they were used at the time when we were sort of limited in terms of how polygons could look, but nowadays I feel like there's got to be something better.
I have a question about this case file, sir.
Certainly. What is it?
There we go. Can ask about Finster. And we can ask about Detective. Okay. They have a look. It's so distinctive. The one I'm thinking of is like Doom 3, honestly. And maybe that's not the best example of normal maps that's ever been, but they did not look good, especially compared to all the other lighting that was going on in that game. Just like it really stuck out like a sore thumb.
Sir, this
everything kind of just looked like Play-Doh.
Mr. Finster, is there anything you can tell me about him that wasn't in the report?
Hank Finster is an interesting case. He's an important man with the fellows in the Defense Department, on account of the munitions factories he owns. But he's not wound all too tight, if you catch my meaning. Well, it's always one thing after another with him. If it isn't the unions, it's the Reds. If it isn't the Reds, it's the Nazis. But he may have something there. Take a look at that invitation. What do you make of it?
Oh, posture checking street. I will do so. I promise. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that was a good one. Good call. I mean, yeah, it looks like fascist propaganda, but...
This invitation's a little odd, and I bet it didn't come cheap. I'd wager this brotherhood's pretty well set, whoever they are. And I don't imagine they're out to recruit just anyone.
Good eye, son.
He's proud of me.
Fascist tract, all right, but it's one that's aimed at the high-born in our society. Whoever's behind this, they're likely to have some backing, and that's going to make your investigation all the more dangerous. You'll need to be careful.
Okay, I didn't realize the subtitles would scroll that way. It was kind of messing me up for a second there. When used on a flat surface like a brick wall, it has some issues, but when you put it over a mesh, you can do things like turn a D20 into an apparently smooth sphere. I mean, I can't do it, a professional could. No, I can do it either. Yeah, maybe I'm only remembering bad examples, and somehow some really good ones are just sliding off my mind, or maybe I'm not even recognizing them as normal maps, but I don't know, maybe they've just had their time, is what I'm saying. Maybe like, at the very least, I'd like to see an example of someone trying a higher detail of geometry and seeing how that goes.
Who handled this case when it first came in, sir?
A city detective named Marillo. I guess he's got his hands full now. He's handling the torso murders investigation. Terrible work, that. They found another one just yesterday.
So if you don't want your torso murdered, you better watch out. There's probably nothing else. I can click here. And he doesn't have anything else to chat about. Show him the badge. I've already asked him about the case file. I have a torso. I could be next. You could. Okay, so this gives us the option of the guy who made the complaint and the guy who took the complaint, who is now too busy to deal with it. But, you know, torso
tell me where
first.
Mr. Finster's office is?
It's up there. You're welcome.
Oh, they seem friendly.
Excuse me.
He's
Mr.
not.
Finster? Jim Pearson from the COI. Been assigned to investigate your complaint.
Ah, what the hell took you so long? I guess all my calls to Mayor Lausch finally got you guys off your cans.
Glad to know we're starting this on an antagonistic note. Finsterlau. Okay, yeah, that's definitely going to come up in conversation, isn't it? Lovely art on the walls, though. Well, I'll handle your complaint in a minute. I'm just criticising your decor. Good execution doesn't draw attention, only the bad ones. True, especially true of audio. But it's probably a tool that doesn't have much application anymore. Anything larger than goosebumps or skin wrinkles can be modelled these days. Yeah, they also had a go with something like that with parallax mapping. I don't know if that's really done anymore. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna take a quick comfort break. I shall be back shortly. And maybe I'll just turn down the music a little bit because as far as I know the clips page is gonna work, so it'd be weird if those two were fighting for audio supremacy. So yep, I'll be back in a few. Welcome aboard! And hopefully it'll actually make noise. Birthday. Is it supposed to? Hope the balloon. Hope the balloon. Can they come about? Oh fucking hell. Actually, one second. Of all the jump scares to actually
Okay, so that should be coming out.
Fucking balloon bursting. And I did it. I played myself.
Audio! Yay! Okay, back in a bit.
As they all say, arg upon dying. It did. What's up? What the fuck is going on here? He was standing right there, I was standing right there. He wasn't moving a muscle. I was electrocuting thin air. What the fuck? Nick will be happy that there's more for. Indeed he will. We'll have to remind him about that. In fact, do it multiple times because, I mean, what if he forgets? We can't take that risk. Cue you clipping this so that I get the blame when this event inevitably comes up. I enjoy large posteriors and am incapable of spinning falsehoods. Other members of my fraternity are unable to contradict me at this juncture. Alright, I'll wait for yous. What the fuck? I mean, if you can pull that move off, what the fuck are you doing in a terrorist cell? Yeah. He goes out the front, he's dead anyway. Oh,
Hey, where are you? I heard him. You heard him.
no, I heard you talk about him.
Oh, there he is. He's between my legs. Ah! Don't lick!
Ah, it's all tested.
I mean, it was my ankle, but still.
Is he licking your wound? Why I bothered using the special there? I had no combo to preserve. Oh god, this bit. I would absolutely panic at the sight of that topless boy with his big stick. I might rephrase that. With his baseball bat. So that's not bad. Yeah, just those guys with you demand perfection, Ikki. The kind you'd get on your own stream. Okay. How's that? Like that? Worse or better?
Yeah, I've never been convinced that that wasn't too cruel a thing to say to Nick, but he still talks to me. And yeah, I love that Deus Ex clip so much. Ah, yes. Fuck was I doing? Oh yeah, wrong mouse. Right, you've got stuff to say. Probably. Right? Yeah?
What can you tell me about this brotherhood, Mr. Finster?
What can I tell you? Oh, what makes you think I can tell you anything? I'll tell you what it is, though. It's a Nazi conspiracy is what it is.
No, what makes you say that, Mr. Finster? The invitation has no swastikas, no insignia, no clear-cut signs of Nazi involvement.
You mark my words, young man. This is a Nazi conspiracy, or my name isn't Henry W. Finster.
I'm gonna need some hard facts before I'm able to make that statement with my superior, sir.
Where did they find you guys? What, they just pull you out of a pumpkin patch? It's right before your eyes. Those screwy symbols.
You recognize the symbols on that invitation?
I've seen them all over Germany.
When were you in Germany, Mr. Finster?
Don't you give me that look.
Mr. Finster,
There is nothing wrong with Germany. My grandparents were born in Deutschland. We still have family there. The German people are upstanding, hard-working, God-fearing folk. And the American worker can learn a thing or two from them. The only thing wrong with Germany is that Austrian peasant and his gang of street thugs.
My apologies, Mr. Finster. I am only trying to establish the facts in the case.
Okay. It's been 15, 20 years now since I've been there. But I will never forget those symbols.
Do you have any idea what those symbols mean?
Of course not. I would never have anything to do with that sort of thing.
Gotta say, the man's using his full dynamic range there, but it is kind of fucking with the audio setup a little bit. Screwy symbols, wascally wabbits. Oh, yeah. I mean, those wabbits, if they were involved in the start of World War II, then I would be surprised. That'd be fucking insane. The man gave him the invitation.
What do you remember about the man that gave you that invitation, Mr. Finster?
It was a no-good bum, I remember that.
Do you remember his name?
I employed a Nazi sympathizer right here in my own factory.
He was an employee of yours?
Of course not. I don't hire Nazis.
I'm sorry. I'm a little confused. Who's the Nazi?
Why do they send a boy to do a man's job? What are they trying to drive me crazy?
Wait just a minute, Mr. Finster. That's not called for.
My foreman, George Hansen. I used to think he was a good man. Well, he drinks a little bit too much, but he's a hard worker. Well, anyway, how am I supposed to know he traffics with Nazis? Well, he brings this riffraff right through my doors, into my factory, right into my office. He could have killed me. He was standing as close to me as you are right now. Well, naturally, I fired him on the spot.
Riffraff.
Oh, you idiot. George Hansen. Haven't you been listening to a word I said?
Yeah, even I
Do you
got that,
remember the
mate.
name of the man that gave you that invitation?
Of course not. He never mentioned it. He said he was just a messenger.
Well, I know the phrase is "don't shoot the messenger," but it sounds like that guy was not far away from getting shot. He had your support until he started screaming about Austrians. The Germans are good people, and that's the scary part. What's the scary part exactly? Yeah, that's for the messenger's description. I mean, it's in the case file, mate, but...
Can you describe this messenger for me?
I already described him to that detective. Look, I even picked his photograph out of one of their books. Oh, but he didn't care. All he was interested in was that vagrant killer. Well, if you ask me, he's doing this city a big favor.
I wouldn't know anything about that, sir. Can you describe him again for me, please? For my benefit.
Because I
Now,
cannot
if you
read.
guys had done your work in the first place, you'd already know this. Yeah.
6 foot,
He
red
looked like
hair.
a killer. Real mean, squinty eyes, red hair, and the bushiest red beard you'd ever want to see.
Great
There's
big
no
bushy
mistaking this.
beard. I mean, I'm not all the way to 6 foot, but you know, I'm dangerously close to that description myself, frankly. Words to help, having good intentions, all that stuff.
Do you have any idea where I might be able to find this messenger?
Of course not.
Okay, what about this other fella, the foreman?
Well, I used to live in company housing, but I had him evicted, of course.
Do you have any idea where I might be able to find him?
A man of my standing doesn't fraternize with his workers. Although, I have been told that George likes to throw his money around a lot on payday. The men, they like this cheap whiskey saloon in the Roaring Third. McGillie's, McGarrity's.
Man, I don't think that section of town is going to be roaring for
McGinty's. That's the name of
since
it.
20 years ago.
McGinty's.
Am I a secret murderer? I do not murder people. That is my least favorite thing to do. Right, so we're done talking to him. But that probably does give us some new locations. Gonna go with Ziba. The greater good. The greater good. Can't let it be said just once. There's a particular kind of green screen artifact in the FMV sequences, but it's not a green halo around them, but it's a halo of some kind. It's bizarre.
Now for the day's news.
Not present in these
Our
bits.
top story today comes straight from the tough and tumble neighborhood of Kingsbury Run. There, the police continue their exhaustive manhunt for the torso killer. As his head count hits 7, the citizens of Cleveland...
Excuse me, I'm looking for a man named George Hansen. He used to be...
I never heard of him.
Listen, buddy, I'm not trying to cause any trouble for you. I just need a little help trying to find a friend.
Your friend, huh? Look, I got nothing to do with no lousy feds. I want you to do me a favor and scram, huh? And while you're at it, take that friend over there with you. Scaring away all my business.
The Axis vessel unsuccessfully attempted a nefarious ploy.
I'm starting to think this character was the sole reason subtitles were ever added to this game.
Our sources indicate the Axis boat
I say that. I'm pretty sure subtitles were patched in.
An American name painted on her pilot house and stern.
Needs a whole village chanting it. It does. That Village of the Year ain't gonna win itself. Community that cares about the Village of the Year competition, which they will murder people for.
Despite a last-ditch effort by the Axis merchantmen to blow up their own ship, their vessel was captured without incident. In other global news, snow and near-zero weather in Russia halted Nazi troops dead in their tracks.
Interactive around here doesn't look like it.
The British began an offensive in North Africa along the 130-mile Libya line.
Start with this.
Who wants to know? My name's Jim Pearson. I'm from the COI.
Well, have a seat, Jimbo.
Oh, no, you don't give me a nickname right off the bat, mate.
Name's
No.
Winslow. Dick Winslow.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Winslow. What brings you here?
Oh, no need to be so formal. You can call me Dick.
I'd really rather not.
I'm just here for a drink.
Really? This just doesn't seem like your type of place.
Oh, why not? Can't a working Joe like me go out for a drink? Can't he try someplace new?
Well, you just seem a little overdressed, is all.
Guilty as charged, sports. Not a bad bit of deduction, that. Oh, well, I might as well confess, you're right. With the FBI.
Really?
RDI.
What are you doing here?
And what accent are you going for?
I thought I might get a lead on the torso killer, but I haven't had much luck yet. But you're new here, aren't you?
Yeah, I just started.
Oh, you don't say. And, what brings you here to McGinty's, Jimbo?
Well, I'm working on an investigation of my own.
Oh, really? How interesting. Did someone steal some plans for a secret weapon? Or commit an act of sabotage, perhaps?
No, nothing like that. I'm looking into a group of possible German subversives.
It's like you can't decide between Southern and Irish.
Sure men are on our little German blacklist. You mean they haven't told you about that? Your office should have a copy. Really? I'd complain to my superiors right away. How can a new agent hope to succeed without the necessary tools?
What is this list?
It's a list of suspicious Americans of German descent. FBI's been keeping tabs on them for a while now. Oh, it wouldn't take much for some of them to sell out Uncle Sam for Uncle Adolf, huh?
Thanks for the information, Dick. This list might come in handy. Well, I should be going now.
Listen.
Your name makes me uncomfortable. I have to leave.
You're new here, so I'll give you one little bit of free advice. Some of the people in your department stepped on some toes, so you be careful where you put your foot down.
I'll remember that.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, Jimbo. Drop by my office anytime.
Thanks, Dick. I just may take you up on that.
And finally, in sports today, the
By the way,
Bears
Jimbo,
extend
this
their
is my
winning
office.
streak to 7 games by defeating the Washington Lions 3-0.
Look, I don't mean to be critical, Jimbo, but the people around here are going to be afraid to open up to me if they see me talking to a Fed.
Why do you look over your shoulder? He's obviously talking about you.
to a 2-year contract to manage our hometown boys.
Is it the exact same thing again?
Look, I don't mean...
Yeah, it is. Okay.
The youngest man to ever manage a big league club. We now return you to the magical melodies of Mel Fritz.
There we go. Okay, you're too pleasant, obviously evil. 100%. Right, go back to Sullivan's office and maybe get that blacklist if we can. Hello, it's me,
Yes.
before.
Sorry to bother you, sir.
You said that
Hello,
last time.
Mr. Pearson. Come
In fact, this
right
is
in.
exactly the same footage. There we go.
Sir, is it true that the FBI's made a list of suspicious German Americans?
Who have you been talking to?
Special Agent Winslow, sir.
Oh, yes, Agent Winslow. It's true, we do have such a list. When France fell to the Germans, a lot of people felt that it must be due to the work of a fifth column of spies and traitors. It got the boys in Washington thinking that if we weren't careful, things might happen the same way here. And, well, Mr. Hoover and his FBI set to work, watching anyone they felt could betray their own countrymen. Naturally, important Americans of German descent were watched most closely.
Could I get a look at it, sir? I believe there might be a connection between some of the names on that list and the case that I'm investigating.
Now, this is a pre-digital age, so be careful with this.
Just remember, son, it's possible that any of these men on that list are hard-working Americans, no different than you or I. Don't go off all half-cocked simply because Hoover's men put a name on a list.
Yes, sir.
You know, for a government department, you don't seem to be trusting this president fellow very much. Names I recognize? Ah, Dr. Carl Strauss. And I'm betting that case number has got something to do with that. Damn it, where was it? I think it was in my office. Some kind of encryption cipher. That's the annoying thing about both this and Ripper. They do make you do actual puzzles on occasion. So, numbers go into letters. Phone number. Plus or minus, then. Jeez. I guess this makes more sense when you put it up on a big monitor or something. Actually, 1 second. Advantages of modern technology. I can take a screenshot. Maha! What the hell are you doing, Pink Dog? Now, come on. There we go. Oh, government agencies all hate each other. Actually, yeah, when you put it like that, it does make sense. I feel like I knew that and then just it slid off my head. Don't.
Come in.
Excuse me, Detective Marillo? I'm Jim Pearson. I'm from the COI. I'm here about Mr. Finster's complaint.
A what? This had better be good, kid. I'm up to my neck in murders.
Oh, we've gone up from the torso to the neck. God, things are escalating. And of course I'm going to search your office for interactables. Can't turn your light switch on and off, which I guess would be super rude. But very funny. Even worse, internationally, he knew an ATF guy who would routinely have his hotel sacked overseas just to local LE intelligence would... Oh, just they would remind them that they were watching. Bloody hell. But why can't it just be like the old days where a mysterious man in a suit bumps into you in the street and just stares at you? Yo, where's the decorum these days?
You were the detective that handled Mr. Finster's complaint?
Finster? Oh yeah, Finster. I remember him now. Listen, kid. If I had a nickel for every so-called Nazi spy in this city, I would be a very rich man.
So you don't think his complaint was legitimate?
Ever since you secret agent types start stirring people up about Nazi spies, every Tom, Dick, and Harry with a beef about his neighbors has been into my office. You care to take a guess how many of them pan out?
Well, what did your investigation reveal? Was there anything to the invitation? You did investigate this, didn't you?
Well, listen, Sonny. There's a butcher on the loose in my city. I didn't have time. Hey, isn't that sort of thing your job now? I don't have time to babysit another Fed.
Detective, I understand you must be very busy right now.
You don't understand nothing. Every day, it seems, we find another body or a part of a body. We don't have enough good leads and we don't have enough men to cover this case. And on top of that, I got some horse's ass from the Federal Bureau of Investigation looking over my shoulder trying to tell me how to do my job.
Excuse me, I'm from the COI.
I'll be on my way.
This case is gonna be the death of me yet. For what it's worth, kid, Finster had a look at the mugshot books. He said he spotted the Joe what handed him that screwy invitation. I think he even marked the books and everything. You can have a look through them if you think it'll help.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you, Detective. You're very scary. Yeah, but let's just ask him how his job is.
Are you any closer to catching the torso killer?
That sick son of a bitch has been too clever.
How's that?
Well, for starters,
well, he hasn't got
he's
caught.
Not leaving enough behind.
Clever bastard.
Identify. Our best guess is he's cutting up bums and whores people nobody'd miss. Takes them apart real clean too, like a doctor. 2 whacks and he's through them. The queerest thing is, he bleeds them dry, washes them clean, and wraps them up like a butcher, all nice and neat in newspapers. It's like nothing I've ever seen, and I've seen plenty.
I'm sure it's only a matter of time before something breaks through.
Oh, you got that right. His kind always slips up. And when he does, hey, I'm gonna be right there on top of him.
You know, it's something I've noticed in going through some of the older FMV games. It is amazing how much difference lighting makes. Like, this was obviously a green screen shoot for the most part, and yeah, it looks a hell of a lot better than most. You won't romanticize the great game, either of them, but I think Gentleman's Conduct is diminished since it's no longer a gentleman's pursuit. Not that it ever was. They were at least pretending, is the thing. And now they're no longer even pretending. Which I guess is more honest in a way, but it does almost cheapen the whole thing.
Hasn't the FBI been able to give you any relief with the torso investigation?
That's a good one, kid. Elliot Ness has saddled me with a junior AG man named Winslow, who doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. About all he's done is look pretty in his fancy suits for the photo boys and flapped his gums to the reporters about how he is gonna catch that killer.
Oh hey, looks like Winslow's unpopular with someone. Who knew?
I met Special Agent Winslow in McGinney's bar. If he's the best the FBI has to offer you, well, you're in a whole lot of trouble.
What the hell was he doing in McGinney's bar? Oh, pressing the palms of the less fortunate for when he runs for mayor?
Well, he said he was working undercover, trying to track down a lead on the torso killer. He stood out like a sore thumb.
He's about as likely to find the killer in McGinty's as my grandmother is to win the Kentucky Derby.
Unfortunately, I think that's all the locations, which means I would have to actually solve that puzzle to progress. So, might as well go back to my office and do it. I don't know why I'm opening this again, because I already have this thing screenshotted on the other monitor. In their defense, the more ruthless elements, particularly non-government ones, have incredible reach and resources these days. It's a odd use of the word defense, but I know what you mean. Not like how ruthless they've gotten in response, but no, you have no answers. Yeah, it was never entirely risk-free, but I think I get what you mean. Like, it does seem more unsavory than once it was. Right, is there anything
I wonder
else?
what sort of artifacts Mr. Pensky wanted Professor Strauss to look at.
Right, so Strauss is on the list, and we definitely need his number. Okay, so. Shit, what am I looking at again? Blacklist, that's the one. Okay, so scroll down to Professor Strauss. Oop. Ah, Henry Finster's on this. And no other names I recognise. So 5 JKL. Hang on 1 second. I won't look up the answer right away. I'll give it a go first. Right, so CLV 51 22 40. I've seen an awful lot of Midwest locations. Where was this set? Well, Cleveland, I think. Well, certainly our badge says Cleveland on it, so that's my guess. Yeah, Special Agent Cleveland. Which is not his name. I'm kind of disappointed there hasn't been a joke to that effect. Alright, so I think I've got this in reverse. I was trying to put the numbers into letters, but it's the wrong way around. So C2L5V8. 2240. I have no idea if that's a valid number, but it's worth a shot. And I do indeed have a Fanon, so it's worth a go. Oh god, this will take an absolute age to put in. 2, 5, 8, 5, 1, 2. Oh. That's not how I expected this to go at all. So it is a... What the fuck? Ah! 2 keyboards and 2 mice. It's all going wrong. Right, so... Since we're looking for a 7-digit number, let's bring up that blacklist again. Now, wondering, because there are some numbers on the page already, whether that's example. Yeah, it's a Cleveland 218411. Cleveland. I mean, it'd be very useful to me if I had an exit. Aha, there we go. Over Henry Finster. 218411 became 3122, adding the numbers together, but that whole bit is crossed out. So if we just apply that anyway, just to double check. Nope. Wrong keyboards. It'll be 6, 4, 4. Alfred. I think we're still missing a number in that case. Is it plus or minus? Hang on. Pittsburgh one, maybe that's an example in here. Ah, yes. But that one's crossed out as well, god damn it. Ah. Actually, hold on, did I get that correct? Yeah, 516-224-404. I've got a 6-digit number when I'm pretty sure what I need is 7. No, it's 6. I can. Right. So that's one to try. 258 for the CLV. And 6, 4, 4. I don't know if that noise means wrong number or they're busy. Okay, next step I guess would be, I feel like 258, translating the letters is correct. So if we try subtraction, that gives us 404. 404. 258. See what I mean by this making you do actual puzzles? 404. That is a busy signal, but don't know about puzzle-wise. Yeah. I haven't tried to use an American phone, so I couldn't tell you. Hence, the question in the first place. It's a weird bit above the, 1 second, let me bring up the blacklist again. So they've got an example down there for this one here, CHI 222283. You seem to recall your sound interchanges sound very different. I mean, granted, this was 100 years ago, so... Well, less than that actually, 80. I guess it's 41. I had 20s in my head for some reason. So for CHI, there's 0 plus 1 minus 1, which is odds. But it would track... No, it wouldn't track with the bit on the left at all, no. 0 plus and minus. Well, I just meant to do every single permutation here. Well, no, it gives me the letter one, so CHI 0 plus 1 plus... So 0 plus 1 minus 1. But C is 2. So it's not straight up changing the numbers, it's... No, it must be changing the numbers, otherwise we'll have the wrong length of number. Ah! That'll be 244 for CHI. 2 plus 4 minus 4 comes to 2. And I guess if it's not going to be a 4-digit number, and that makes no fucking sense. Ah, brain. Kind of tempted to reverse this one, like look up a solution and then just massage it backwards to figure out what the fuck they're actually trying to do. If anyone has some help they would like to bring forth, then now is good time for to do so. Okay, so I tried all minus. if we go on the assumption that 258 is still correct, that being changing CLV into the list of numbers they've got there. The question is plus or minus. So all pluses doesn't work, all minuses doesn't work. So plus then minus then plus, I guess. It should be 4, 0. No, hold on. 6, 0, 4. Worth a shot. Assuming I got that first part right, which I may not. God damn you, FBI, and your Cody codes. Holy shit. But is it the right person? And are they going to pick up? Son of a fuck. Oh, that's just evil. That is just fucking evil. Okay, how about plus minus minus? 6 0. That's 604 again. Plus plus minus. So that'd be 644. 2 5 8. I realise this doesn't make too much sense if you don't have the code deciphering screenshot in front of you, but that's all I can do at the moment. Oh, it's going to be the same bullshit again, yep. I wonder if that's the game's way of telling me that I'm on the right track. Or, you know, complete fucking opposite. Okay, so that's plus plus plus. Plus minus plus. That one is plus minus minus. I guess minus plus plus. Actually, no, hold on. 6 plus plus minus. Which means I guess we'll move on to minus plus plus, yeah. That would be 4, 4, 4. That'd be incredibly simple, but hell, if it gets us through to the next part of the game, happy to do it. Or look up a walkthrough. Okay, you figured out the mechanism you're supposed to use. Okay, can you hint me towards it? Because I don't think I'm quite done. So we've got minus plus minus, that ends up being 4, 4, 4 again. Minus minus plus, that'll be 4, 0, 4 again. But no, minus 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 doesn't work. You've got Finster's phone number, you can look up his case number and reverse engineer how they're related. That's an excellent idea. Okay, so why am I going over here? Right, so where is it? Ah, bollocks. Come on, please. Just one lousy phone number. Oh, hey, it's a game you've always wanted to play. Hey, Rizalka. We're stuck. Do you have any of his stationery? I mean, this isn't his stationery. Hooray! Oh, Christ. I forgot I stopped that transition halfway through. I can see if I can get some of his stationery. Hello, it's me again. Just double check I don't have anything. Badge, blacklist, case file. Which is all from the messenger. And this is just the crime report. This is a sexy Windows 98 machine. It is indeed. It's just a little beige wonder. Yeah, can't read your file cabinet. But if it's not here, then I will go to the police officer's gab as well. Gab? Gaff. That's the slang word I was looking for. They might have the initial report or some such. Aside from the case file. And it's friendlier this time. Oh, hello.
This must be the one Finster looked through.
Mr. Stationery. CMR 140. Yeah. That gave me less information than I hoped. But wait, it's not small PC? Or is this one sized up from the beige wonder? No, this is the one Scott got me for my birthday. So I don't know if it's small for the time or if it is actually just like normal sized for a Windows 98 machine of its caliber. But no, it is not small PC. Be surprised if the little beige friend is being used. They are unfortunately both beige, so we have to differentiate between what we're talking about. Medium beige PC. Both in terms of colouring and size. There's no names matching, although, frankly, that person doesn't have red hair. I will find a hat and I will consume it. Or maybe them and all. Okay, good, because there's only one small PC. Indeed. Maybe this is actually just for another time. McStokem. Like, that sounds made up. Full towers or the horizontal machines were really popular at the time, if I recall. Maybe that came a little later, but I'm remembering my Pentium 3 machine. That was a tower. And you definitely did get towers. As you say, they may not have been the done thing. But my PC before that, the 486, that was a desktop one. As in, you put it on the desk and it was more of a flat type of affair. And aside from the fact everyone used them as monitor stands, I'm not sure why we ever went away from those. Just a little easier to work in. Right. Any of these lads I can click on. Nope. Not that one anyway. The monitor stand era, it really was. I should actually have read the what do you call it? It's the aliases as well. Still good, or do I want another hint? I'm gonna take another look at that stationery after this. Certainly made desk setup easier. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And I'm starting to see the benefit, considering it'd be much easier to plug stuff in and out of. But that's much more common in this era of USB anyway. Put the machine under a desk, I think was the big tower selling point. I think so. Certainly I would not put this desktop on my desk. I think it could take the weight, but I would not be happy with the noise level. Not when I've got a microphone right here that's trying to pick up my voice. It's just occurred to me I don't even remember the name of the person I'm looking for. So yeah, back to the fucking case file. Oh, damn it, don't tell me it was only mentioned in conversation. Dang it. You must not be under a desk to plug things. So could be a connection there given CMR 140. And frankly, that's good enough to test as a theory. So back to office land. Skip the transitions. Thing is, I could press escape to stop the transition, but tends to, you know, end up with a little bit of the old stopping right in the middle on the stationary screenshot and not where you end up, which is terribly unuseful. So CMR 140, that becomes 267 140. So we'll see if that works. Also, games need to support the numpad, I've decided. All of them. Like this. Yay! Oh, I finished... Oh! Oh. For a second I thought it was like skipping to a different audio file. That would be him picking up the phone, but I think it was just a sound hiccup. Yes, numpad for life, right? Maybe a programmer thing, but I'm having particular trouble picking out new laptops because if I ever want to program on them, I have to make damn double sure that they've got the hash key on them, or the pound key I think it's sometimes called elsewhere. Not the pound symbol, the pound key. Because otherwise it's very difficult to include headers. Okay, let me take another look at this. I think if you do decide to get a new CPU, you'll get a smaller case. So long as it's got sufficient airflow, which the pain in the arse in itself to try and diagnose and figure out. Trust me, I need numpads for data analysis. Hell yeah! You want to put numbers in quickly without having to look down at where your hands are? Numpads. Numpads are the way. Like, I might get away with a laptop that's not got a numpad on it. Maybe. But if I can't type a hash symbol, then I'm fucked. Can't use it properly. So how about one more look over this and then I might want another head, but not quite yet. Currently got an Excel case, so yeah, you might be fine with a normal size case. That would make sense. Okay, so again, we're looking at the blacklist, and I'll bring up the example that I've got on there. I think it must be in, yeah, you have the hash above the 3 in English US, but you almost never use the numeric row, but Data is 100% the numpad. Non-negotiable even for laptops. Yeah, our hash key is right next to the return key, or just to the left of it. In that sort of, that block of 3 in the middle letter row. The one on the far right of that before you get to the return key, that's hash. And I can see the benefit of it being on the number row instead. You're angry your tablet keyboards don't have a numpad. Oh, it would be nice. You know, sometimes it works out, like sometimes they mark the fields correctly, so that if it's only number input, they bring up a numpad. But so very often they don't. And the ones where numbers become particularly useful, like banking apps, half the time they use their own keyboard anyway because they don't trust whatever's installed. Yeah, but our @ is where you expect quote to be. I've gotten very used to that over my life. So I can tell you it works for me, and that's it. Oh, you gotta drive to the station. Enjoy work pool time. I forget which one it is, but whatever it is, enjoy it. Enjoy the shit out of it. And yes, we'll see you later. Anyway, where the fuck was I with this? Yes, so according to the notes, we're looking at the CHI example for this. Above that, whoever it is that's written this, presumably our predecessor, 0 + 1 - 1 and a tick above it. And frankly, I'm not sure what that means. Work day but last day before Easter break. Yay! Ah shit, I forgot to ask what was going on with Easter break at my company. I should do that. Because I'd rather not miss out on a holiday. Holiday good. I like holiday. So 0 + 1 - 1. I don't know how C gets turned into a 0. Because on the left of what I was saying was a list of numbers and 3 letters, like on the phone itself. In fact, I'll be able to show you that, shouldn't I? Yeah, so you see how there's letters on each number. That's what I'm seeing here. So C to H for I4. Specifically holiday, where a friend would be like, yeah, so watch some stuff. Yes, that is weighing on my mind. In that matter. Yeah, I think I might have to go for another hint there between the borders, if you don't mind. Well, it's particularly interesting how on the notes for this that supposedly gives the cipher that 1 and 0 don't have any letters associated with them, and 0 certainly should have Z according to the face of the Finoon. 1 not so much. Here, 0, Z. Yeah, perfect. See you in an hour if I'm still going. It's possible. Debatable, but possible. Letters are correct. You just need to find the way how each couplet pair of digits relate to the final number. Okay, so yes, that needs to become 3. It's just going to be add the 2 numbers together and work out the difference, because there's 3 pairs of numbers and 3 letters. So for example, we've got one bloody keyboard, 258, and then we've got 51, add those together, that's 6, compare that to 2, that's a difference of 4. Next number is 22, add those together, it's 4, compare that to 5, it's a difference of 1. And 4 plus 0 is 4. Compare that to V. That's a difference of 4. Which gives us 414. It's worth a shot. Wait, nope, hold on. Shit. Well, it sent me down an interesting path, if not the correct one. Letters are incorrect. Look at the phone number CMR 140 versus CLV 218411. Oh, that might be what the 0 plus 1 minus 1 is. Okay. So CLV there and CMR here. So that's what the 0 plus 1 minus 1 is. It's going up and down the alphabet. So 0 C remains the same. Let me just highlight the one question. Shit, I forgot what it was already. Right, CMR versus CLV. So L goes up to M and V goes down to R. S T U V. It's the same. Let's see, that was 6. Of course, they didn't have to work out the rest of it, so 2, 6, 0, and then just try the other permutations of the numbers. Oh no, 140 was sitting right there, I didn't check it. So yeah, we've got enough information to work all this out. I just got so hyper-focused on the first bit, I didn't think, maybe check the fucking rest of it, because it is right there. Okay, so... Oop, shit. Wrong keyboard again. Okay, so yes, our example was to get 218411 to 140. So 2 minus 1 is 1, 8 minus 4 is 4, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's all minuses. So that would mean 404. Nope, fucked it already. 2, 6, 0, 4, 4. Well, shit. Okay. One more time. CMR versus TLV. 0. L to M is plus 1. And V to R is minus 4, right? U, T, S, R. Y 260. Okay, so that's putting in CL. Well, it was putting in CLV for Cleveland, and then transmuted. It's the exact same one. Why aren't I putting the same in? No, CMR. Okay, so 2, 6, 7, 4, 4. Yay! I'm smart. And had a lot of help, thank you, between the borders.
Yes, sir, sort of. I wanted to...
Professor Strauss is away on business. I'll be sure to leave him a message.
Thanks. Sir?
Well, subtitles fucked themselves. Now what do? Because he didn't fucking pick up. After all of that. Woo, woo indeed. Wonder if you've got anything else to say. Nope. Well, shit. I'll have to drown my sorrows, I guess. And now we have great big bushy beards. Am I still cramping your style? Or do I have to move over here first? Yeah, I got mixed up. I tried translating the letters into numbers and then doing the transmutation from CMR to CLV rather than just try and type in CMR.
There, the police
I'm a
continue
dumb
their
butt.
exhaustive manhunt for the torso killer. As his head
Yeah,
count
torso
reaches 7,
killers. Change the fucking
citizens of
record, mate.
Cleveland
Right. The detective. The thing is, oh, yeah, right. He said he marked whomst it was. But whomst did he mark it? It's a mark, I guess. I don't think you would have gotten that without looking it up. That's what I said, like, they make you do actual ass puzzles. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's a more obvious mark than this. I'll just skip over the list of crimes. In retrospect, it was very doable, which makes it a good puzzle, but it was obscure, at least for me. Yep, confession time, I've tried that puzzle before and failed at it. And I just sort of slid off the game at that point. Because apparently whenever I come to sit down and play, that's the point where my brain just wants to nope. It does not want. So I get to that, my brain slides off, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to put this down. Right. I mean, I think I may have to accept that that mark is exactly it. This is kind of sad where I, complain about other games being all, not clinical exactly, but you can sort of see the underlying system to a certain extent, and you're just like, oh, it feels so much like a game. Can't we, like, do more organic feeling detective work? And yet when that happens and I'm faced with it, I'm like, my brain says no. No one. So can you click the name? Can you click the face? Can I talk to you? I may not. But is one boy Danny on this list? Do I have to go through that fucking puzzle again? Well, I know how to do it this time, so that's much less of an issue. Oh, jeez. Like, if the suspect was indeed marked, it was not marked well. What I will say. Got exactly the game you wanted a while back and hated it. It was a purely forensic game complete with a virtual drive simulating a found USB stick. I like the sound of it in principle, but as you're saying, it was not fun. That could be the difficulty. Why is this bolded? Or is that just a mistake? It seems to be a mistake. Oh, those McStokums. Terrible boys. No profile. That's profile. That's profile right there. That's what profile means. Isn't it? Or am I thinking port? No, I'm getting mixed up with portrait. Shut up, me. Yes, I am kind of suspecting that guy. No name matching. They did good work. You don't want to disparage them for taking a risk, but it just wasn't much of a game of discovery. So you'd say it was more on the implementation that they did in terms of making that fun, or that it was good they tried the concept, but it turns out the concept is in fact not what we want. Maybe I would just look through the Cleveland folks. It might be a time to have another look at the case file and the suspect description. Hair red, eyes blue, green. Well, there's only so much we can take from that with the black and white photos. And I've never been able to judge somebody's weight into numbers. Because I can write in English. Blah. Oh. Same. I cannot English. So the suspect was not fingerprinted, but... well, all they've got is his description, so... I'm assuming we have to pick somebody out of this, otherwise why would it be click-onable? I suppose the solution is to use the case file. No. Can we shoot it? It's the American way. No. We can't open our gun anymore. Look at my fucking badge! Basically one text document, a bunch of images and reconstructing passwords from available data. No real end either, just a highly likely series of events if you pay real hard attention and adjust the brightness of a photo. I don't know, again, kinda sounds good in theory, at least as a starting point. I remember Uplink did something kind of similar sounding, like there was secret files, or rather there was password protected files. I think it was on the dev disk, and you could gather those passwords from other clues. This fucking game. I mean, at least Ripper had the big name voice actor, the actors that were in front of the camera. The big name actors and the quotable lines. What's this one got? Torso wrapped in newspaper. Doubting that Finster has anything else that he wants to add. No photos, no fingerprints doesn't mean their fingerprints only in here. And indeed everybody's got fingerprints in here because they get taken to jail, that's what you do. Yeah, there's also a possibility that Use the case file on the wrong page. I would really like to not get through this by, you know, sheer guesswork. But I am kind of getting to that point, frankly. You think it's a neat idea, it's the USB stick found in the grass. You don't recommend it, but if you want it after your less than glowing review, support their attempt. Yeah. Hell, I'll do what I usually do when I need to leave a note to myself, which is open up a new tab and type the name of the thing into it, with the hopes that I get to it at some point. Because it could be worth a nosy. And it does have mixed reviews on there. Also, you know, the first review up there says it wants you to mount a simulated USB stick to your system and give it elevated admin rights. I can see that being a concern. It did mess up the mounting of the virtual drive for you. Also not good. Yeah. Possibly be better as a downloadable game then. Because then you could just like shove it into a virtual machine. Manually mount the drive. I mean, if that is the entire game, just like you boot up the game and it mounts a virtual drive for you, then yeah, you could theoretically just play it by mounting the drive yourself, or potentially opening it in 7-zip. I might do it as well. Piss. Got it as part of a bundle and you're glad. Well, that's the beauty of bundles to a certain extent. You get to try out things that you would not normally spend hard-earned money on. Oh my god. Also, I've just realised that if that is truly marking the page, then I really dread to think what the page was marked with. The fact that it's got colour as well, which, you know, everything else in here is monochrome, so literally the entire game. File creation dates do mean something, but you won't miss much just finding any way to open it. I think 7-zip might give you that information anyway, but yeah, it's probably not the ideal way of doing things. Right. Anything in... Oh, where'd the music go? What happened? Apparently it just shuts off the music in health. That's interesting. Spinning arrows over a page or a line of text. Left click to interact. Normally so simply turn the page, although it may prompt a conversation option with another character. Left click on the opposite or previous page to flip the pages backwards. Spinning character appears over character. Yeah. So I've clicked on this one about a dozen times and it's the only one that's marked. So yeah, maybe I'll see if I can ask MD about it. Not him, of course, so back to Finsters. I can progress by going back to my office. Am I just about to get a call back from Strauss? That was what's going to happen. Alright, let's do it.
When I arrived back at my office, there was another message from the museum. Whatever had been going on between Walter Pensky and Dr. Strauss seemed to be pretty important to both of them. Since I didn't have any more leads on my own investigation, and since Strauss's name did appear on the FBI's blacklist, along with Hank Finster's, I thought I might as well check into it.
Cleveland Museum of Natural History. And this is the part I have to pray works. There we go. Absolutely flawless setup up until you have to do this. And like I said, in theory I could just dump all the contents of each CD into the same folder and that should be fine. But I mean, I need to be careful because I've got only 170 gig to work with. I mean, that's going to fill up real fast. It's a SD cards to ID adapter, in case you're wondering. Well, it would be interesting if this is where the game chooses to crash. Oh no, just... It was there in the background, it just hadn't re-rendered.
Come in.
Excuse me, are you Miss Strauss?
Cover everything.
I'm Helen Strauss.
Hi, how you doing? Jim Pearson from the COI. I
Yeah,
came
that's that
across
nice
your name at
person, I'm
work,
afraid.
and I was hoping, well, I was hoping you might be able to help me.
I'd love to. That is, if I can.
Really? Why'd you check your teeth now? Is it just a nervous tick? What's going on? And I've lost control of the mouse. Brilliant! Because I would at least like to be able to save. It would be lovely. Arrow keys? No. If I Alt-Tab back into it instead. Nope, bit fucked. You can press 90 as he can handle drives of that size. Apparently it does. Even more impressive, that's an image of... I can't remember how big it is. A smaller drive, certainly. That's cloned onto a much bigger SD card and then expanded the partition. So really it is a miracle it's working nearly as well as it is. Random forensic stuff used to sell Bright Machine in the cell phone industry and they never worked even when the phone was unlocked. Bloody hell. I've not heard of the Celebrate. And why am I looking for Task Manager? What year do I think this is? I feel like there was something that would come. There it is. There's no switch to option, which is not so useful. Okay. And no, I think the game's given up the ghost at this point. Some kind of ground hum coming in from line in, but no indication that the game's actually responding. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Display a thing. Plus for to display. May have fucked this one, folks. Then again, maybe if I stopped pressing random buttons for a second, the damn thing could catch up. Windows. There is a very good reason that some people refer to it as wind blows, and that's because it rhymes. And it's disparaging. That is literally all of the details. That's how that works. And now I'm just trying to blindly okay, that's interesting. I think it might be a blue screen right now because the OSSC is reporting 70 Hz. And that's not what it was at before. Yeah, numlock is not responding, so I think I will be pressing down the power button. 1 second. Resetting the bastard thing. So how are you all today? You don't miss how often you had incompatibility issues. 95 was bad, 98 SE was good, XP is still king, Vista was meh, ME was trash, 7 was solid, and 10 is acceptable. In that regard, 11 is the same as 10, except the odd annoyance. Like I've never had anything that's been outright broken, but sometimes it's just a little bit odd. Still got the same kind of... Is this thing on? Okay, it's attempting to do something, it's just not displaying fuck all. Okay. No sync from OSSC either, that might be something to do with it. What if I just try and paracycle the OSSC instead? Probably not that, I wasn't even getting all that warm. You did make your experience much better by setting your firewall to reject all outgoing traffic, including Microsoft, unless you whitelist it, and deleted Windows Update entirely. I mean, there are advantages to that, and there are disadvantages to that. And counterintuitively, in the business world, that is actually kind of desirable to a certain extent. Seriously, you have Windows Professional just so you can use group policy, and Microsoft then ignores that policy. Rage. Of course they would. Of course they fucking would. Oh, you work in the business? You want to work on long-term releases? Nope. Our updates are perfect and they will work absolutely fine. What do you mean we've broken everything? Sorry, I'm at my chair at the moment. Just trying to make this thing behave itself. You know, I am actually slightly worried because normally it's come back by now. Okay, OSSE is getting something. It's not actually outputting anything, but it's getting something. It is admitting that it's getting a signal. Just a case of why the fuck is it not going anywhere? Okay, deactivate the capture thing and turn that back on, see what happens. You're a dinosaur. You expect a consistent product. It can be unstable, and you don't want it randomly changing and rebooting and bricking. Well, that is the name of the game when it comes to business stuff. You need reliable. You need reliable thing. Hence why they go for long-term releases in the bloody first place. I have no idea what this thing is doing or trying to do. But output a picture is not on its agenda to do. But output audio is. Most curious. Very, very curious. I shall try hiding the HDMI capture again, hence this red text. Not gonna lie, starting to get worried now. You've had multiple updates roll back after 12 hours of failing to install itself, and even had iTunes once destroy your USB drivers. I wouldn't say Linux is better because stuff does happen, but at least then it's your fault. I think that is very much the ethos. You fuck around with it, you find out. And maybe it'll go well, maybe it won't. And maybe this thing will admit that I'm trying to send it a signal. StarTech, what you doing? I mean, I don't want to go straight to turn it off and on again, but technically it's unplug and plug back in again rather than anything else, but we shall see. Also means I need to set up a bunch of things because that's going to install another capture device. Well, same one, just with a different number on it. Yes, long-term support versions are your bread and butter. Never goes well though, does it? Just fated in the stars to go all fucky. Okay, I don't think OBS is actually liking my capture device anymore. I think it's very confused and very angry. I'd rather it wasn't, but this does appear to be the world we live in. Unless I've got this. Oh, there it is. Right, what if I just try... There we go. And 100 different things happen at once. It's okay. That last one was meant to happen. Well, wasn't meant to happen. It just took a while for Windows to admit that it happened. I think what's happened is I had the configuration window up for the capture device in the background, not realizing. And so everything was delayed by that. Yay, it's back. Yeah, we are. Probably about time we give something else a shot anyway. Right, I know what we said about Castle of the Winds, but this is actually the, what do you call it? This is the preview version, where you just wander about a town and don't do anything. Tomb Raider, do you do anything? Oh, it's a DOSBox install, it's probably not going to work. And probably wants to mount this folder rather than, and I can't do that, I can only do an ISO. Epic Pinball doesn't work very well. Nukem 3D also missing sound effects if I recall. I have no idea what power time is or what it's doing there. What about the games? Oh, I'm so glad that these all have sensible names. Oh, it's God, it's in the dead of night. At which point every Rizalka viewer just recoils in horror. An icon. It's got a fucking icon in it. I think Castle of the Winds was released as freeware a few years back. I think you're right on that. I do not remember off the top of my head, but it strikes me as true. Recall, don't even know what this is, and no, not all config files can be opened as text, as it turns out. And unfortunately, I think I know exactly what this bashed up game is. There's only going to be one of two things, conspiracy or burger. And I'm hoping it's burger. It's not! Get the fuck. Ooh, maybe that'll work. I probably need to do this again since I ran Set Blast. Okay, so not that. I'll start at the top. Okay, try that. So it's not crashed. Not even frozen. It's just taking its while. Nope, not that one. Oh, no, don't do the same thing again. That's not going to help. Burger. Yes. I don't even remember setting the right date on this machine, to be honest. Nope, failed immediately. Also failed immediately. Yeah, I have restarted since making that change to the auto exec. forcibly restarted as it happens, but nevertheless. No, it's still in there. Set blaster A220. There we go. So tell you what I will try next. This thing. Okay. So apparently I selected Sound Blaster Pro. What if I select Sound Blaster 16? Nope. And what is 5 meant to be? There's Sound Blaster Pro, and Sound Blaster 16. That only covers 5 of the possibilities. No, is there only one choice here? Unless I had the wrong intro, because I see 7 more often than I see 5. At least that's how I remember it. Why did this one go full screen when the others didn't? Nice, set that back to 5 and go back to Sound Blaster Pro. And it still can't find chat. Okay, that's excellent. Not save those settings. Okay, so 4, 220, 1, 5. No, it's fucked. Okay. 7 was the original standard. You've seen 5 in all later setups. I see. I mean, unless there's anything obvious that's wrong with that. Kind of just fiddling around and looking for something to do here, frankly. Because I feel that's roughly correct, and it works for MIDI music. You've seen DMA3 very rarely. Now, like I said, first time I ran Set Blast, ran it with, and those settings worked. Like, did test audio settings and got noise out of it. So I am very confused. So where does this leave us? Honestly, I think if I'm gonna do this again, I'm gonna spend a bit more time with it and set the machine up a little bit more, because I'm floundering around for something to try out here. But yeah, I'm feeling quite tired anyway, so I believe I will finish it up there. But I have had some success, at least, which makes me very happy. Definitely happy with the capture setup when it admits that the damn thing's actually running. That's always nice. And so that only remains for me to find somebody for us to raid. And presumably we'll have some kind of choice here. Either that or everybody's just gone to sleep. Right. You're still going. You're still going. Gone. Okay, so we're going to raid into Edward's goggles, which I'm sure will surprise the absolute shit out of everybody, but they're good people, so we're doing it. They're playing Super Mario 64, yep, randomizer, as per usual. Do compliment them on their Skelly PNG tuber setup. Thanks for streaming, good luck on that sound card. Thank you, I will probably need it. So that is what raid started. Thank you all for dropping in and watching, and thank you to Summer for resubscribing. I'll figure out something a bit better planned for next time, but I had fancy new capture equipment and I wanted an excuse to use it. That's the whole reason behind everything that's been going on tonight. So we shall read, I shall run, and I'll catch you another time. You know how to find me if you need troubleshooting help. I may take you up on that, and thank you very much for offering it. Alright, good night everyone.
Good clips coming out of today. Last purple coin, where are you? Ooh, hello. It's an icky raid. I don't think the alert's come up yet. Hey Icky. Unless it has and I just did not notice. That's entirely possible. How was playing games on the old 98 PC, I believe it was. Also, thank you for... Oh god, we hit 38k. What the fuck? I also just realized I've not been paying attention. I've just been casually rolling around. There we go. Thank you for the host as well, Icky. I should pay attention to where the coins are so I can actually get some health, so I don't drown. I only had to reboot twice. Excellent. Oh, it was among the ring of coins up here, of course. Anyway, hello everyone who's come across from the Icky stream. If you don't know who I am, hi, I'm Goggles. I play a lot of randomizers, I play a lot of roguelikes, I play a lot of odd and weird games.